All right, on the bench today is a Dynaco Stereo 80 and PAT-4. I've already gone through these, so I want to show you what I have discovered. Number one, and I'm pretty sure this is not by design, the bass control, I mean not the bass control, sorry, the balance spins 360. So pretty sure that's not supposed to happen. I think I can get a replacement from Update My Dynaco. It's a website where you can kind of trick these out, right? Improve them, upgrade them. There's a foot missing, so it's, there's a foot missing up here in the front. It sounds really good. I'm impressed by the sound, except, and I've got my music playing here. Oh no, I don't. So right now it's running through the tuner input, and if I hit play, right, so that's good. But if I go to spare, tape, any other input, it bleeds through. So I'm hoping that's a dirty switch. I'm hoping it's not something that's miswired, like someone put some other kind of potentiometer in there for the balance control. I would assume it's just broken, but I don't know until I open this up. Again, this sounds really good. It needs to be cleaned up, but light works on this, light works on the amp. No other issues that I could see, but I haven't cracked these open to do like a really thorough inspection of the insides, and I'll be doing that on camera. So I'll be moving the camera to its normal position. I'm just looking at my notes here. Yeah, bleed through, balance, spins 360, and then a missing foot. So let me throw this on the bench and take a look at the inside of the. I'm going to do the PAT-4 first. All right, the bottom, or the top, actually is off of the PAT-4. Let's see. Yeah, that balance control is... Yeah, the balance control needs some help. Huh. I may take that out just to look at it. I don't know. Again, I would just probably replace it. I don't know that I can actually repair it. What I'm trying to see is if both the wafers are spinning. Yeah, the wafer in the rear is spinning. The wafer in the front is not. So, yeah, I'm just probably have to buy a new one. But what I want to do is kind of clean all of the pots and switches, and then I'm going to throw it over on the Stereo 80. I guess I can run, no, I don't want to dig out some more cables. I'm just going to move it over 3 feet to my right, try it out. So I'm not going to capture that, but I'm going to hit all of these controls, the switches on the bottom, the selector switch, high filter switch, kind of just do a basic cleaning and see if that resolves that that weird tuner bleed through. So I'll let you know what I find out here in a minute. So that did not, cleaning the controls did not fix the issue. So I'll have to keep poking around with that. But I found the issue with the balance control, and it is cracked. So see where, if you can see that, see where that kind of separates right there? That is cracked. Now, could I maybe glue this? I mean, it doesn't look like it's anyone's tried to do anything with it in the past. So what's happening is when I spin the balance control, right, it's just rotating on this or within this, right, like that. Looks like it would probably go, I don't know how that would go in there. Whatever way I do it, it'll be the wrong way. I just don't think that is probably yeah, it's got to go in that way. I don't know if this is not going to be a long-term fix for this. So, looks like a new balance potentiometer. I may try it just to see what happens. Maybe some epoxy in there, just clamp it and see if it holds. Probably will not. I probably could not melt it with a soldering iron. Sometimes you melt that plastic together and it'll stay together. So anyway, that's the issue with the balance control. This thing's just crumbling in my hands. So I'm going to play around with this. I'm probably going to have to order a new balance potentiometer. So it's either going to be me coming back telling you how this went, or me coming back and installing a new potentiometer. Anyway, stay tuned and we'll see what happens. So I just got the balance pot from Update My Dynaco, and it came with some extra wire. What I'm planning on doing with this is I'm just going to desolder a post at a time and then bring this over and make the new connections. So disassembly shouldn't be too bad since I have the pot apart. And I'm not going to do all of this on camera because that would just kind of be boring. So what I'm going to do is, so this is how the pot was sitting in there, right? And I'm just going to pull these off one at a time, attach them where they go, and solder them into position. I don't want to bend this wire too much, but I do want to straighten out a little bit. It's going to make it easier to attach. Right? Make it a little bit easier to attach the wires. In fact, I may just solder these in one at a time so they don't pop out, because we got some wires that are the same color. So definitely don't want to get my reds mixed up, but we'll see. Alright, anyway, this is going to be pretty tedious, so I don't think you want to watch me do all of this. So I'll just come back when everything's done. Alright, the new and improved balance potentiometer has been installed, and I did test it, but I will just kind of confirm that it's right, left, right. Right, so that's working. And I've also noticed that the sound kind of bleed through, it has been almost eliminated. There's a little bit, so maybe it was coming from who knows what. But like I have it plugged into tuner now, volume down, and I can hardly hear. I mean, it's not even like a 1 on a scale from 1 to 10. So, so anyway, the balance pot has been changed, and I want to mention that the shipping was really fast on this. Like, I ordered it 2 days ago and it's already here. I think they're in maybe Michigan or Minnesota. I think maybe Minnesota. I should know, but that's not a detail I I filed away in my memory. And then I also cleaned off the front. So got rid of a lot of nicotine and gross stuff. Soaked it in the sink for a little bit. Scrubbed all of the knobs with a toothbrush and tried to get rid of some just nasty stuff. So I'm going to change it up a little bit as far as the Dynaco repair goes. I'm going to do it in two parts. I know I started talking about the amplifier, but I want to kind of let you know what I've done with the preamp. That'll be the end of part one, and then the amplifier, when I recap that, will be part two. So what I chose to do on the PAT-4, the preamp, the cabinet was pretty beat up, so I decided to paint it. Stella's in here, that was that noise. So what I did is I sanded it down and I used some matte, I think it's like coffee bean or something, so it's almost black, but not. It's kind of a brown, like a really dark brown color. I think it looks pretty cool. Again, I'm keeping this because I've got too much money into it now. I did the same thing with the amp, which I will show you when I go to recap it. Cleaned up the knobs, got all that done, you know, as I showed you earlier in this video. But I do want to wrap up part one by showing you kind of the cosmetic change, and really it's just right that I painted that. Anyway, so this will be the official end of the Dynaco PAT-4 preamp part one. Stay tuned for part two, where I go into the Dynaco Stereo 80 recap. Right, so Dynaco part one was the preamp, Dynaco part two, the Stereo 80 recap. So if you like what you see, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.